all from the East. Buffalo, Miami, New England. But who would be seeded 4 and get a home game, and who would be 5 and 6? As they say in real estate, location, location, location. Location of the Bills was in New Orleans. Doug Flutie sat it out. So for the first time since early this season, Rob Johnson started. Meanwhile, Sean Price made the hit on Kerry Collins. Bruce Smith, the venerable one. Oh, he's just stopped at the 1-yard line. Antoine Smith scores later, hits 7-0 Bills. Next, Bills possession. Rob Johnson, boy, he looked good in the first half. The Pro Bowler Eric Moulds breaks Andre Reed's record for most receiving yards in a season by a Bill. 66 yards, 14-0 Buffalo. How did he get so wide open, Tom?
You take a look at Fred Weary, the cornerback here, trying to get a bump on him. He looks a little weary, Boomer.
He looks exhausted, Tom. Moulds wide open as he's been so much this year. 14-0 Collins. Sacked by Bruce Smith. 12 straight double-digit sack seasons for Bruce, tying the record held by Reggie White. He wants the ball. 2 plays later, Collins still feeling the heat. Kurt Schultz, he does nothing. He picks the ball off. Collins one more series and out for Billy Joe Tolliver. So the Bills lead 31-14. Hey, Tolliver threw very well. Hit Brent back 10 yards, 31-21. Watch what happens here. Late third. Well, first of all, look at this. These are the Budweiser frogs and lizards, I guess. We became a leapfrog today. Meanwhile, ensuing kick. It's an onside kick. Joe Cummings, the recovery, and it's a touchdown, Buffalo. But flag on the play, face mask, no TD, but the Bills would lead 45-21. What a nice play anyway. So, 45-27, onside kick again. Rob Kelly recovers. Saints, touchdown. No two-point conversion, 45-33. Another onside kick. Saints recover by Brett Beck. You think Mike wants this, even though his team is 6-9? Yeah, I want to win this game. I'll tell you how much I want to win this game. You know what? Get in the end zone. But Tolliver, who threw for 296, had many drops. Incomplete. Broken up by Henry Jones. Wade is 9-1 in that rake, in the lead-breaking sweater. The Bills start Rob Johnson and win it 45-33. Johnson 12 of 18 for 216. Bills ran for 130 yards. Meanwhile, Dolphins at Falcons. Dolphins a great win Monday night against Denver. Chris Chandler, and O.J. did it. The pass to O.J. Santiago, oh, real good tackle by Terrell Buckley. 62 yards, Santiago. Falcons celebrate. They get a surprise visit before the game for Dan Reeves, who then went home. Tommy, look at the fake.
When you have a runner like Jamal Anderson, the play-action pass works. You see the entire Dolphin defense commit the play down the field.
Jason Taylor, bottom of your screen, keeps working against Chris Chandler. But Taylor makes the play, breaks his right clavicle. He's out for the playoffs. What a tough loss for the Dolphins. Same drive, Chandler, play action. O.J. did it again. Touchdown, 14-0 Atlanta, but Chandler hurt on the play. Here's what happened. Kenny Mixon, yanks him down. Back snap back, left the game with a sprained back, but he could have returned. You know, he's really been pretty durable this year considering his history. Dan Marino picked off by Ronnie Bradford, and very quickly, 21-0 after 8 minutes, Atlanta. Marino looking for Troy Drayton into the hands of O.J. McDuffie. So the Dolphins moving. 2 plays later, Marino for Lamar Thomas. 3 touchdowns Monday night. How does he make this catch against Michael Booker? 21-6 a couple plays later. Steve DeBerg, play action. He can do this all day long. Jamal Anderson, play action Anderson. Martin catches it for 35 yards. Then Jamal, nothing inside, breaks outside.
Yeah, and you see he always keeps his feet churning. However, Dan will have a talk with Jamal about getting into the end zone.
36-yard touchdown, 38-6 Falcons. 16th carry of the game. Why do we care? How durable is Jamal Anderson? Breaks the old mark of 407 carries in a season by Tampa Bay's James Wilder. 18 carries, 410 for the season. Oh, by the way, 103 yards, 1,846 this year for Jamal Anderson as the Falcons just dice. The Miami Dolphins 38-16. Berge looked pretty good, and Chandler's going to be good, especially with the rest. What an emotional speech by Reeves.
Yeah, Reeves got this team going. He's got an excellent runner, and I, you know, if he gets a team in a position where he can keep feeding the ball to Jamal Anderson, they're dangerous wherever they play.
How about 9 in a row, undefeated at home, 14-2 for the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, the AFC champion New York Jets. Bruce Harper, Joe Klecko. Watch. Well, they haven't aged well, have they? First quarter. Jets against the Patriots, 2 to bowl 4. Former Pat Curtis, my favorite Martin, 16 yards, caps an 8.5-minute drive, setting up a field goal. Meanwhile, Patriots running, Robert Edwards, 2, Robert Edwards, 2.
Yeah, much improved defense at the line of scrimmage. We talked about Ernie Lyle and Rick Lyle. These guys at the line of scrimmage doing a great job of late.
He's not the world's most physical guy, but when they squeezed him tight, they nearly broke his thigh. Zolak, Z-O-L-A-A-K, Zolak, could not repeat last week's effort. 3 plays in the first quarter. Meanwhile, workhorse Martin. A lot of his runs, Tom, are not of the 12 or 15 yards variety.
He has been a great workhorse for Bill Parcells. This is the way most of his carries have gone over the course of the season.
And then we've been saying it all year, the new Vinny to Kyle Brady. Touchdown. 10-0 Jets.
And realize that this is a zone. Watch Keyshawn Johnson come into motion. Watch the commitment of 3 Patriots right there at the goal line as you see Brady going to the back corner of the end zone uncovered.
10-0 Jets. Pat's next possession. It's a fumble. Robert Edwards into the hands of Ray Slim Mickens. Jets in business. First and goal from the 8. Vinny to Curtis Martin. Touchdown. 17-0 Jets. Parcells said, rest, guys? I don't think so. With that touchdown pass, Vinny supplants Joe Namath as the single-season touchdown maker for the Jets. Chris Slade with the chase. Look at Vinny. He lost a salt shaker, a pepper shaker. Those were actually hand warmers falling out on the 25-yard run. Then the throw to Dedrick Ward. He's a secret weapon. 24-3 Jets. He came, he saw, he conquered. First play, fourth quarter. The new Vinny. The mobile, the accurate, the touchdown to Keyshawn Johnson, 31-3. Brian Cox said, you know what, Coach? We spanked the Patriots. Sweep the Pats this year, 3 out of 4 against them in Parcells' tenure, which means if they see him in the playoffs, it's like a voodoo doll with needles in it. And, of course, he's already working against them next year. Zolak could not continue what he was doing, and the Jets looked solid as the number 2 seed. AFC playoffs now. Buffalo won. Patriots and Dolphins lost. So number 5 Buffalo at number 4 Miami. It's ABC's early game next Saturday. Number 6 New England at number 3 Jacksonville. That's the early game next Sunday with Denver and the Jets sitting it out. Let's start with Sunday maybe, Tommy, with New England at Jacksonville. Of course, we haven't seen their quarterbacks for a couple of weeks, so that's now a good
Well,
game.
I think that will be the key. Mark Brunell and Drew Bledsoe and how they return. You're talking about guys that spend a little time off the field. Will they be rusty when they come back? We know that they can both generate a lot of offense, and I think that in the case of Drew Bledsoe, he has proven to be this year a lot tougher than we ever knew that he was. So I think that, you know, they may both come back, play well. I think it makes for a great game.
Fred Taylor, Robert Edwards, the 2 rookie backs, figure prominently in that game. Now, Buffalo at Miami. Each team won on their home field before. Buffalo is a higher scoring team. They only scored 7 earlier this year with Johnson, a quarterback at Miami. Buffalo has a superior offense. Does Miami have a superior defense or no?
Well, they certainly did until today when Jason Taylor got injured. You're talking about the quickest lineman that they have, a guy who plays more like a linebacker in terms of his style, and you're talking about trying to control Doug Flutie, who does most of the things that he does on the move, roll out, bootleg, sprint out. So if they can't keep him from getting on the move and creating those lanes, they will have a problem. And then you've got Bruce Smith against Dan Marino, and that's been a classic matchup for
They have played, what, the 4th time this decade in the playoffs. These teams know each other like the back of their own hand. The question is, can Buffalo run it well against Miami to keep Marino off the field? Because Buffalo's pass defense shaky. Marino been throwing better lately. That's a really good game. When we return, this is inside the numbers. And one thing you could say about Jamal Anderson is He is consistent. He's fast, he's powerful, and for the 12th time this year, he has a 100-yard game. The record is Barry Sanders, but that's the second most, tying him with Dickerson and Barry Bananas Foster with 1,200-yard games in a single season.
Inside the Numbers is brought to you by Visa, the preferred card of the NFL. It's everywhere you want to be.
When we return, the Niners had to win since the Packers won to make sure they play the Pack at home next week. Broncos wanted to get that winning feeling again. Would John Elway and the Bronx at home roll the Seahawks, and would TD get to 2,000?
It has the power to excite you. It has the power to move you. It has the power to take you places you never knew existed. It is, of course, your Visa card, with the power to get you a seat to Michael Tilson Thomas and the San Francisco Symphony at Davies Symphony Hall. So bring your Visa card, because you can't get in using American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
It's hard to respect the French when you have to bail them out of two big ones in 1 century. But we have to hand it to them on mayonnaise. Nice job, Pierre.
Nobody loves cars more than I do. Each one is a work of art. So when the maker of all these chose a new antifreeze, it got my attention.
General Motors now uses the deck school technology of Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze in virtually all its new vehicles. The same patented formula you can use in your car for 5 years or 150,000 miles. So do what GM did. Switch to Haviland.
I use it in my car. I only wish this were it.
That last egg's looking real good. If you have a High Life Light, maybe you will have room for just one more. See there? When you live the high life, you can live it both ways.
The 7th annual ESPY Awards are right around the corner. That means SportsCenter is showcasing the plays and players up for a 1999 ESPY Award. And what a year it was. Check out SportsCenter every night for a preview of the ESPYs, and then hit ESPN.com for a full slate of this year's nominees. See how your picks stack up against ESPN's when the awards are televised February 15th. Watch SportsCenter and log on to ESPN.com. The ESPYs are coming. The ESPYs are coming.
The 49ers' Bryant Young watching from 3.com Park. Old Niner Steve Bono. Last time the Rams beat the Niners, 1990, Bono was a third-string quarterback of San Francisco. I got you, babe, to Ricky Prohl shampoo. Can the Rams come into Candlestick and win? They lead 7-0. Steve Young, Jerry Rice, touchdown 84th time they hooked up. 10-7 Niners second quarter, Tom.
Yeah, you have to realize where Jerry Rice lined up. It was inside the numbers. He was making room outside. Todd Light stepped inside. Jerry Rice went outside for the touchdown.
Garrison Hurst strains his right hammy on a short run. Trainers try to stretch it out. He would not return. This is so critical next week, you can't even speak about it. Terry Kirby, in his stead, has looked good. 12 yards, sets up a field goal, 13-7. Rick Rootin-Tootin, punting to the #1 draft pick, R.W. McQuarters, who turns into R.W. Silver Dollars, gets blocks, reads them, moves outside, and he could go all the way. 72 yards, 21-7 San Francisco.
Yeah, you watch as the punt comes down, you can see that McQuarters got a chance to field the football and have at least 10 to 15 yards to look at before he headed downfield.
Late fourth quarter, Steve Young, Terrell Owens, 25-yard touchdown. 36 touchdowns for Steve Young. That leads the league. Steve Young, 4,000 yards for the second time in his career as the Niners beat the Rams 38-19. Young, 4,170 yards to be exact,